This is Hkhs Sport, bringing you that heat and that fire. We keeping a foot on the what? On the X. We keeping a foot on the what? On the X. And like the Tibetan mastiff that I am, I'm applying what? Unlimited pressure. Because pressure does what? It bursts his pipes. Now let's talk about it, man. Jermell Charlo. And the prediction, King strikes again. And the prediction, King strikes again. Hkhs Sport told you guys, man, they were going to do this fuckery shit. You can't trust Ring Magazine because Ring Magazine, you Rudy Poo and you Plum Plum Brains, you classic goats and you troglodytes, you ultra fanboys with the ultra fanboy rhetoric, i.e. reverse bias, aka detractors, aka panderers. It's ran by Oscar De La Hoya. It's ran by Golden Boy Promotions. So their intentions, their distinction, their delineation, their golf is to make sure that they prop up Hispanic fighters, Mexican fighters. They don't want to touch black fighters from a 2-foot pole. Let me say it again. They don't want to touch black fighters, especially unapologetic black fighters that are true champions, true alpha extraordinaires, governed by true alpha economics, i.e. a Errol, the true Spence of the world, i.e. a Jermell Charlo. They don't want to touch them with a 2-foot pole. Hkhs Sport told you guys when he was bringing you that what? That heat and that fire. And he was keeping a foot on the what? On the X. And he was keeping a foot on the what? On the X. And like the Tibetan mastiff that I am, I'm applying what? Unlimited pressure. Because pressure does what? It bursts his pipes. The bottom line is this. Jermell Charlo should be 1 or 2 on your pound for pound list. He is a lineal champion at the super welterweight division. This is shit that hasn't happened since the last person that did it, and i.e. Winky Right. Let me say it again. This is shit that hasn't happened since the last person that did it. The last great champion at 154, i.e. Winky Right. So why is Jermell Charlo not in your top 5 pound for pound? Hkhs Sport gave his pound for pound the week that I gave the Charlo brothers homage, and I paid homage to them. Errol the True Spence is number 1. Jermell Charlo is number 2. And then I had Vasily Lomachenko at that time number 3. But obviously, since he has this controversial robbery or controversial loss, I have to boot his ass down. So I got Gervonta Tank Davis as my number 3. I have Deontay Wilder as my number 4. And guess who my number 5 is? It's Vasily Lomachenko. Teofimo Lopez is not in my top 5 because Teofimo Lopez did not win that fight. And Vasily Lomachenko actually did go and take on a risk. This counts towards your boxing pedigree of who have you fought lately. This is what the pound for pound list is all about. What type of heavyweight lifting have you done lately? Vasily Lomachenko put all of the belts on the line for lineal at 135. So he gets credibility of still being number 5, even though he was robbed. I felt he won 7-5, draw at worst. So that's my top 5. And I'm going to say it again. Errol the True Spence is number 1, the 2019 calendar year that he had. It's unquestionable. Lamont Peterson, Mikey Garcia, Sean Porter. And now he's about to fight Danny Garcia after a temporary sabbatical, after a car crash in his Moors Jamaican bloodline. Nightshade is a friend of Errol the True Spence. But Jermell Charlo is number 2 in my book because Jermell Charlo is lineal. He's a super welterweight champion at 135. Gervonta Tank Davis, Gamboa, now Leo Santa Cruz. And then now he's going to continuously step up the competition. Remember, what have you done for me lately? Deontay Wilder, 10 title defenses. This hasn't been done since Muhammad Ali. An unprecedented feat. No one talks about that. So I'm going to Hulk Hogan it. When has Anthony Joshua done 10 precedented feats? I'm going to Hulk Hogan it again. When has Tyson Fury did 10 precedented feats? The bottom line is this. Jermell Charlo has been robbed, and Vasily Lomachenko obviously number 5 because of what I pre-said. But we have to look at this as an agenda because there's a double standard that's associated with boxing. They don't want to see unapologetic black brothers, i.e. black fighters, do that stuff that they're doing and give them props for it. Again, Ring Magazine is ran by Oscar De La Hoya and Golden Boy Promotions. When they put Oscar fucking Valdez on the front cover over Errol the True Spence, it was a things that make you say, It was a things that make you say, And now, Jermell Charlo is not being looked at and touted as a guy that's a top pound for pound. See, this is what I'm talking about. This is the fuckery that I'm talking about. But they keep the chihuahua barking behind the damn fence who's fighting quantity and not quality opponents. He deserves to be on the top pound for pound list. Cinnamon Alvarez that ducks every fighter. 160, 168, 175. With a fucking gloves, a pair of gloves. This is what he fucking does at his truest and his most properest levels. And he deserves to be pound for pound. I don't want to hear that fuck shit. That's my fucking pound for pound. Top 5. But I'll give my top 10 in another iteration. But it's time to put respect on the Charlo brothers' name. Because you had Rudy pouring Plum Plum Brace Classic, Dos and Troglodytes, Ultra Fanboys with the Ultra Fanboy rhetoric, calling them the Charlo sisters. Saying that the Charlos don't fight nobody. But look at what they've done. Listen. Jermell Charlo has gotten lineal. This is shit that hasn't been done since Winky Wright, and he's about to become undisputed. Winky Wright was the last undisputed champion at the super welterweight division. That in of itself has to make Jermell Charlo be a top 5 pound for pound. I don't give a fuck where you place him, but he has to be a top 5 pound for pound. Let me say it again. I don't give a fuck where you place him, but he has to be a top 5 pound for pound on your fucking list. And if he does, and if he's not that, then the Roger Mayweather terminology comes into play. You don't know shit about boxing. That's the cold-hearted, that's the unadulterated, and that's the cutthroat true teller fashion. I keeps the foot on the what? On the X. I keeps the foot on the what? On the X. This is He Knows the Sport. Checking out.